Following on from the previous discussion on what makes a good forecast, today I'd like to further explore the topic of scenario planning, starting with what it is and why we should do it. Like any other forecasting exercise, it's not about accurately predicting the future, but rather preparing for a range of possibilities by understanding the financial impacts of those possibilities and developing strategies to maximise long-term benefits. We should be able to quickly run scenarios based on the real drivers of financial performance to help move us from predictive to prescriptive analysis. The COVID pandemic has brought scenario planning to the forefront, but it should be a regular planning exercise not just reserved for crises. It helps us to frame the story of our business and how we think about customer demand, liquidity, supply chain stability, and capital allocation. So what is good scenario planning? What's absolutely key is that it's agile and allows us to generate outcomes quickly, and that it results in clear business impacts and action plans, and it's not just an academic exercise. In many organisations, we'll face practical challenges in our ability to execute this. In particular, firstly, the pace and volume of planning. Secondly, the alignment with other planning cycles. And thirdly, the tools that we have available to us. If we're defaulting to using Excel, there's many familiar issues. Setting up the right template and limited ability to keep flexing them easily. Bringing in legacy system data, human error, and all of this can become amplified in large organisations with multiple divisions and teams. So ideally, we would liberate ourselves from spreadsheets and automate the baselines, with planning teams focusing on envisioning and testing the what-if scenarios and identifying the true drivers of financial performance. But even if that's something that we're working towards in the future, and we have to work with Excel today, I have 3 practical pieces of advice to keep in mind, remembering that the key aims are agility and clear impacts. Firstly, focus on no more than 6 to 8 scenarios. Monte Carlo simulation type models and uncertainty cubes would allow you to work with more, but I certainly wouldn't recommend creating something too complex in Excel, and limiting the outcomes will be more useful for wider stakeholder discussions. Consider some more extreme scenarios, as well as those that are more variations of today, to facilitate more meaningful debate on different courses of action and long-term focus. Secondly, keep it simple with a limited number of variables. Find a balance including both external macro factors and company-specific variables. Find the right amount of detail to help you quantify the impacts on the business and develop a response plan. You may need to reconsider how you think about your customer and their behaviour patterns, and the correlation between inputs, which may no longer be predictive. Over the past year, we've seen a great deal of change, which in some cases has been the acceleration of existing trends. Which of those will become permanent, and how long will the temporary changes last? Finally, your scenario planning should result in a tangible plan which addresses the impact on the business from the scenario analysis. This is the real value add that finance can help to drive and allow the business to make better decisions.